if you're part of that 4.5% of men, you get to participate in what's called short-term dating.
Yes.
If you're not, if you're in the bottom third, you don't get to be a part of short-term dating. But guess what? According to Mack and Murphy, there's good news.
Oh, it's not just him, but yeah.
Because then you get to be a part of long-term dating after your girl is done with her short-term dating. That's good news, though.
So, do you find it difficult to date right now? Do you think it's more complex? Like maybe when you were when you were 20, 22, somewhere. Do you think that it is more difficult now for you right now than it was when you were younger? And what is it about, like, say, the dating market? Like, what is it about your primary difficulty in it right now?
Yeah, so I'm a serial monogamous. So this is
You
the first,
are?
yeah.
All right.
So this is the first time I've been single.
All right.
This is the first time I've been single in like 7 years. Mm-hmm. So I am very committed kind of girl. I like being in a relationship, but I won't settle just for anyone. Mm-hmm. I don't need someone in that sense. Mm-hmm. But I think right now it's a little difficult because people are either in between of like they either just want to hook up. Mm-hmm. Or if you say that you want to get married and you want to settle down, it kind of scares people away also.
So it's like all or nothing.
It's all or nothing
like
for
two
most
extremes,
people. Exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm.
And so I think right now, I think the big part of it is also like social media and how everything is like integrated in that sense. Do I expect to meet someone organically? Probably not. It's just...
You were just out of a relationship? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, about 2 months ago.
And how long did that last?
On and off for about 3 years.
3 years, okay.
Yeah.
Do you use like Tinder, Hinge, Bumble?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
And
So is that your
rough.
primary way of meeting new guys?
Yeah, so two out of 3 of my relationships actually were from Tinder, surprisingly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, last one was actually a friend that pandemic happened, and we've been friends for so long, and we were like, everyone was always like, you guys are gonna date, and then we're like, no, we're not gonna date.
We never know when the
and then we actually were like,
lifted.
why not? You know. So, but yeah, it's interesting. I think it's really hard on social media platforms and dating sites because everyone's so shallow and it's such a quick swipe. Mm-hmm. Like for someone to impress you in less than like a half of a second.
Yes, it's all perception.
You know,
I was in a 5-year relationship, so ever since that, I've just been wilding these last couple years. I love it. I just date everybody.
So, but hold on. So you date so in general, you don't find men to be lacking. They are exactly what you need them to be.
I think I'm the problem.
Yeah.
I think
hold on. I'm going to say something that may blow you two's mind. Do you have, even though you're wilding out and acting crazy, do you have a disproportionately high number of men wanting to get you to settle down?
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
Listen one more time. This is I'm not touting this behavior. This is terrible behavior on men's part. This means you don't have any boundaries. But like, consider, you ladies are like, I can't find a good guy because they just want to fuck or they're not any good. She on the other hand,
I'm very picky.
yeah, this girl right here is like, she's playing like she's leading the league in assists, and she's like, and every team's offering a fucking max deal. You see what I'm saying?
I'm really the problem. I know I'm the problem. I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah.
And I'm sorry. You're how old?
I'm 32.
32. Did things get more difficult after 30 for you?
Everything's gotten a lot easier lately. I don't know what it is.
Well, could it be it's got a lot easier because you're less interested in monogamy?
I think maybe that's what it is.
Your standards have
I
changed?
think last time we talked, I told you I like dating multiple people now. Like I feel like when I spend time with that person, I'm good. Then I'll go to the next city, spend time with this person, I'm good. Like
spinning plates.
On a world tour.
I like that.
So,
and you're 40. Yes. So like how has things
I've always
changed?
been in relationships like her. This is the longest I've ever been single.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because she's hanging out with me again.
How long have you? And how long have you been single?
3 years this
3 years.
time.
Okay. And how long did the previous relationship go?
5 years. We were engaged and all of that. So
why didn't it work out?
Because he was lazy.
Did you leave him?
And I sure did.
Yes, ma'am.
But now I'm just so focused on my bag and building my brand.
Do you use Tinder, Hinge, Bumble? Do you use any of the dating apps?
I've never used any of that because everyone, so like on OnlyFans with your OnlyFans manager, they make you profiles of Bumble. You have to, they send Bumble profiles in. That's how they build a lot of your OnlyFans.
And by the way, that completely violates the terms of service on Bumble.
Right.
Just so you know.
Yes.
And women do it. One more time, let me say this. For those of you who are watching this, if you are men, there are 6 times as many men as women on Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge.
Right.
If you see attractive women, one of 3 things is happening.
Right.
Outright prostitution, OnlyFans, or a girl with a severe mental disorder like bipolar, borderline personality disorder, narcissism, or sociopathy. You are dealing with someone who just got divorced with 4 kids or something to that effect. Attractive women, just think about this. You have to think about like motivations and have empathy for other people. Attractive women do not need dating apps for short-term hookups. So the idea that they would even be on there, 98% of Ashley Madison was... Men do. Women are not going on Ashley Madison to go cheat. Right. Men were going on there to go cheat. Yeah, this might be a little loud. Okay.
I'm just
sounded like the exorcism right now.
Well, my point is that with the dating apps, if you are in the top like 4% of attractive men, dating apps are a great place for you. For the rest of you, it is going to be average to bad. And what you're going to find in general is that women, and I could get this stat wrong. This is from the Book of Numbers. I talked to Aaron Clary about it. I believe it's 6,000 left swipes per every one date you go on. I believe that's about what it is for women on average. Now, obviously, there's some women out there that are nymphomaniacs, or they just really just want to hook up. They're getting over a breakup, and they're just like, "What's the next hot guy I see in here? I'm going to right swipe on." But for the most part, it's about 80% of men you deem unattractive. Would you guys say that's about right? About 80%, or is it more? What do you guys think?
It might be more.
About 80%, maybe more. About 20% of the men you think are attractive. About 20% of the men you might consider to be attractive, but only 4.5% of men you would say are attractive enough to where you'd message them first. Does that sound about right?
Take the initiative.
Yeah.
You might take the initiative. Those 4.5. If you're part of that 4.5% of men, you get to compete in you get to participate in what's called short-term dating.
Yes.
Short-term dating. If you're in the bottom third, you don't get to be a part of short-term dating. But guess what? According to Mack and Murphy, there's good news.
Oh, it's not just him, but yeah.
Because then you get to be a part of long-term dating after your girl is done with her short-term dating. That's good news, though.
Welcome.
That's good news. Be excited about that. Awesome.
I'm just too well known, so like if people saw me on there, and they're gonna be like, "What the heck?" Like people are gonna be like, "Allie, what the hell?"
How do you meet guys?
I mean, a lot of the times as mutual friends, the nightclubs, concerts. I work with a lot of rappers and stuff, so usually that.
Do you use Instagram to check out guys to see if they're like cool enough for you to hang out?
I mean, I get a lot of DMs and stuff, and a lot of bookings through Instagram. So I feel like sometimes if I meet somebody from Instagram through work something, and then I meet them in person, and then we'll hit it off or something.
I feel like
but
you do that with everybody these days.
Yeah,
You meet somebody.
It's like
look at
Instagram makes
Instagram,
everything
then you
accessible.
check you
It's like
out.
a little
background check.
Right.
Do you meet guys like in person or like or do you use
I cannot do
apps?
the internet dating. I can't. Like I need to meet you in person. I'm a very like personable person. I like to conversate. I have to like meet you in person to know if I really like you.
Are you going like to clubs? Or are you going out socially? Just
she
for
pulls me out the house all the time. I can't even stay home.
So you guys kind of tag team.
Let me
We've been friends for like 13 years.
Let me tell you something, guys. Allie, I'm already telling you right now. Allie would be a really good wing girl. I have no doubt. No, I'm telling you, for a guy.
Yes, that's me too.
For a guy,
yes.
I can tell because here's the thing. I have a feeling that if I went to Scottsdale, there's no VIP I couldn't just walk into because I was with Allie.
Right.
Allie is the Moose Johnson to my Emmett Smith.
Yes.
She will open the hole for me to get like that girl is fucking hot, and Allie be like, "Will grab me by the hand and take me up into the VIP."
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
I can pick out the Allie.
For sure, bring them to you and then give you
just bring them to you.
and then bring you
Again,
multiple.
guys,
Bring you multiple. Like, do you want to choose?
I'm telling you, no offense, I probably wouldn't marry the Allies, but
I might.
Allie,
Right?
definitely, Allie would be my fullback for sure. Allie would be my left tackle. I can tell you right there. Okay?
My homeboys are always like, "We never so many girls who hung out with Allie."
Yeah, for sure.
Now I got to ask Miss Vicious. Miss Vicious. I love that name. And I love those glasses too.
Thank you.
So you're single. Do you use Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, or do you meet? I mean, you're a musician, so you would probably be out and
I do not
live all the time.
use those things.
Okay.
I don't like them.
Is it just because you
I just don't
like?
think it's quality.
You think it's
yeah.
like-
I just think it's like people looking for like a fast buck, and like I'm not interested.
Right. Are you looking for something different? Are you looking for like a long-term relationship?
Well, yeah, like if I give my energy to someone, like I want them to honor it. So
And you have
it's
to meet them in person to do that.
Yeah. No, I feel like I want something organic and real.
So where do you meet guys?
I mean, to
Mainly.
be honest, like in real life situations, going out, networking, house parties, events.
Do you have friends that hook you up, or do you like just meet them because you're a musician? I don't know how often you play out. I'm a musician too, so I kind of can relate. But is that where you primarily like meet people, or is it through some other way?
I mean, to be honest, the person that I'm talking to, we met randomly at a Halloween party, and I was not music related, but it was a natural, just the universe made it happen.
So Venus.
That's what I always say.
Venus aligned.
I always say the universe made it happen.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. The stars aligned.
That's what happened.
Exactly.
Yes. The barometric pressure in the room was perfect.
Did you approach him or did he approach you?
He approached me. I was totally not looking for anything, and I always feel like when you're not looking for something,
Yeah.
That's
that's when
when
it
it
comes.
comes.
Especially
when you're not
like,
trying.
Yeah.
You let
especially-
yourself find him,
Yeah,
or he
especially
finds you.
getting out of like an engagement and like,
Oh, really?
you know,
Is that your background? Says that's what you're getting out of? Were you in a relationship prior to this?
like, well, I mean, we broke up like almost 2 years ago, but he's my business partner.
Oh, so you're,
So
that's
yeah,
tough.
and
So-
we live together still.
really? So
Yeah.
how does that work
We
out?
live in different rooms, but like, you know, like
That's the same house. That's the same roof.
yes. But,
So what if you bring over a guy? Do you guys fucking are on the same?
well, I don't bring anyone over. He doesn't bring anyone over. But also, like, he was my friend before, and like,
Okay.
I want him to be happy. You know, people deserve to be happy. So like,
So you went
I
back to
honor
being
that.
friends after 2 years?
I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, I just care about people, and I just feel like people should be happy.
I feel like you like. I feel like you like animals too, dude. Yes, I bet you do. I knew it. I knew it.
No, she's definitely like, you know, the Healing Man. Have you guys ever seen the Healing Man on YouTube?
No.
And he does all those like healing things.
Just
That's
listening
totally
to her
you.
talk is like,
I know.
just listening to her talk is like, if she were to say, take a deep breath in and hold it, I think all of us would.
I know. I feel like you missed your calling. You should be doing like ASMR.
No,
You take bank
Right.
ASMR.
no, it's I swear, it's the Healing Man. You guys
the
all
energy.
have to check that out.
vocalist. There you go.
Yeah, you
I
are.
don't know.
All right.
She
So,
goes, you know what I mean?
so are you specifically looking for a guy like maybe this guy that you met? Are you specifically looking for something that's long term?
Yes.
Have you in the past looked for guys in the short term, like when you were younger?
No.
No, you've always been long term oriented.
Yeah, I grew up with my parents. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they were married. They were together from 14 years old until my dad passed away
Mm-hmm.
when I was 21. So, like,
My condolences.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But just seeing, like, you know, true love from,
Mm-hmm.
like, such a young age, and, like, no matter what, you stick together.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you have one another's back. So, like, I just really honor that.
I come from a 2-parent home too.
I was going to say, how many people like have their other parents still together?
Yeah, mine are
I'm a
still
rebound.
together.
I was always in
I'm a
foster care.
rebound.
Mine were together for a
Yeah.
long time, but not anymore.
Foster care.
But they
Foster
were
care.
when I was
Yeah?
younger. So I was like 14, then they split. So
Wow. Yeah.
I was wilding then anyway.
I've been asking that question quite
Am
a
I
bit.
not? Can you not hear me? Sorry, guys.
So we're coming
I need
around.
to
That's-
Again,
hell yeah.
remember, hey, guys, remember, you're lean to the plug. You're lean to the plug. Remember, that's how you know.
Definitely not lean to the plug, girl. Definitely not.
Yeah. Who am I? Okay. God damn it. Hillary, do you use any like Tinder, Hinge, Bumble?
Okay, so me and my
anything?
friend did it as a joke just to see how many men would hit me back. I'm not joking you. In like 15 minutes, there was 600 messages. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm definitely not swiping
So
left or twice 600
overwhelming.
times. Like, and then it's like they're definitely just fucking Chuck type people, right? And I definitely don't want to meet a Jeffrey Dahmer.
And Chuck.
Well,
Right.
no offense, but Jeffrey Dahmer wouldn't have been interested in you. You're not.
Well, I'm.
you're-
well,
what-
I might. He might. He was fucking girls at some point too.
I don't think Jeffrey Dahmer was.
I think he thought women
He was
were
never doing this-
gamey
never,
and didn't
yeah.
taste good. Are you looking for something that's like more long term? That's why you don't want to
Long term.
fuck Chuck.
But at the end of the day, like, I'm a lot to handle, and if I'm a Capricorn, so I'm always like, I'm
Well,
very
of course,
stern.
yes, absolutely.
111, and my planet Saturn, Satan. I don't know.
That's always what I say. Yep, Saturn and all this other shit. It's all real.
And
But you are looking for a more long term situation.
yeah, and he has to be kind of like not copy because I'm more gangsterish. You know what I mean? Like,
And you're 31.
I know I'm turning 31 in January.
So has things gotten more difficult for you after 30 than it was when you're in 20s?
It depends on the time. Actually, it just waves, but then you always figure it out, right?
Were you in a relationship before you?
I was.
And
We
how
were-
long? For how long?
For 2 years, and we almost had a baby together. So I had a miscarriage, and which I'm actually really happy that happened, just because he was a bum,
I was going to ask you, is that what precipitated the breakup?
probably, and it was just so stressful.
And you're like, I dodged a bullet, and now I don't want to be with this dude no more.
at all, and then I learned a lot from that relationship, and
that's
I'm just like,
interesting.
I just can't deal with men who aren't going to be on the same level as me, and if we're not going to like work together as a team, like Vicious said, then there's no motherfucking way.
I see that a lot. Like women will have like a miscarriage, or maybe it's like after an abortion or something like that, and they're like, because they reassess their relationship with that guy, and like, I
Yes.
can't see myself with a kid with this guy.
And then I'm like, I almost
And they're
had
like,
it
I'm done.
with.
And that's
Imagine
the-
if I had
yeah.
a 2-year-old running around right now. Oh my god.
I know you're in a relationship, but before you were in a relationship, Did you ever use Tinder, Hinge, Bumble? How did you meet your guy?
I did.
How did you meet him? Smoking weed, I know.
No. I actually met him at a club here in Vegas.
Which one?
Cannabis convention?
Oh yeah, Encore. They're like beach club. It was actually my birthday, and I was like licking tequila off this girl's butt.
Love at first sight.
So,
Yeah.
so not
Yeah,
Tinder.
he's actually in the background of the video. It's really funny because I hadn't met him yet, and he's like in the background, like.
That's a sign.
He's photobombing you.
Wow.
Yeah. Was he disapproving, or was it just like, was he into it?
He was like, wow.
So he was into it. Okay.
He loved it.
It was.
Industry nights. You know how those go. You know how those go.
No, it was just a random day. It was my birthday, so I actually thought that they were just gonna give me like a little day bed by the pool, and they ended up doing like
The whole thing.
the whole thing for me. And I had eaten a bunch of shrooms and drank a bunch.
That's
of
why I got my
tequila, and
shroom cup here.
Do you think the shrooms had anything to do with you finding him more attractive?
I mean, they do make things look a little
I
pretty.
actually didn't like him when I first originally. Well,
Did you know him from
no,
before?
I just seen him and I was like, wow, this guy's cute. But then all the girls around me were like, oh my God, he's so hot. And that started to like irritate me. So I was like, ew, I don't like
That's
him.
when you gotta go to a new
mate
scene.
choice copying right there. Got that. Put that one in there. But before that, did you never use like Tinder or anything like that? Were you like,
I
are
did,
you
but
against that?
I
or
was
you...
catfished a lot, and I always met people, and they're like, "Wow, you look even better in person," and I'm just like, "Okay, you don't look anything like your pictures." There may be like 10-year-old photos.
Oh,
So I just
Would you rather be approached? I should probably ask everybody.
I like
but
in
yeah,
person
yeah.
better.
Okay.
I like meeting people in person.
Sid, you're very, very single.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you use Tinder?
No, I do not.
Uh-huh.
Just Instagram, and I do like to check out people's pages, like a little background check. You know, like
Wait a second.
I
You're
go through
telling
the
me
tag
that attractive
photos.
women look at other men's Instagrams when they meet
Tag
them?
photos, everything.
Well, that's crazy. I think someone.
The
I think-
tagged photos
I think
is
someone should teach a
very-
course on how men should fix their fucking Instagram. Someone should teach a course on that. That's crazy. Anyway, go ahead, Sydney.
Everything. On Instagram, I can go down the rabbit hole. I'll know who your sister is, your auntie is.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's
everything.
you find the men on the dating apps to be wanting, correct?
Just to be
Be
what?
wanting below your standards.
Below average.
How about you? Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. You
Totally below.
below your standards, just in general.
I mean, probably.
Yes. How about you, Hillary?
Mediocre.
Mediocre. What do you think? You said they were catfishing you and they were below your standards.
all liars,
What about you?
yeah, no.
Okay, interesting. Okay, well, I guess that's more misinformation that we're posting out there.